You can hit me on at the Better Family Life office, 5415 Page Boulevard. The book is available at Better Family Life. The book is available at Progressive Emporium on North Sarah. I believe it's 1074 North Sarah. Or you can get it on Amazon. Please get the book, From the Projects to the Pyramid, In Search of a Better Family Life.
My wife, are we about ready to come back on, my brother?
Yeah, I'm just putting that book.
Okay. Take your time and get that on. Take your time and get it on. Appreciate you, brothers and sisters, for being patient with us. I got a lot of information to give out. I wound up bringing this paper back on the Ku Klux Klan and to show you how heavy this is. But I want to also talk about the piece when we come back on the air, why they talk about the veil of prophet, the segregationists and the attack on the circuit attorney, Sister Kimberly Gardner. Why are they so hard on her? And it ain't just this Judge Edward Dowd that them financing. Y'all got a famous name that y'all love to run to, Scott Rosenblum. I'm talking about what the white folks say about him. This is from, according to the Post-Dispatch. This is what they say about him. So, I don't do no buck dancing and buck jumping. I'm going to lay it down. I'm going to tell you exactly what they said. I hit it a little bit last week, but I want to hit this. But then I want to let you know, as far as this paper, it's hard for me to find this paper, and the brother kept telling me to get it, so I'm going to read just a little bit of it, and then when we come back on the air, we're going to get into it good. The introduction, it says, the Ku Klux Klan robes was an image that captured my imagination when I was young. Growing up in South Carolina, I witnessed the Klan rallies, but I didn't think much about it until 25 years later when I started searching the organization. The Ku Klux Klan, I learned, had three distinct waves. The second wave was in 1920, had 5 million active members, equal to the population of New York at that time, or 5% of the United States population. The Klan robe factory in Buckham neighborhood of Atlanta, Georgia, was so busy it became a 24-hour factory. 20,000 robes were on hand at all times to keep with the demand. These white folks are serious. Mm-hmm. This is a history of these white folks. At all times, they had to have 20,000 robes because they couldn't, and this is 24 hours. This ain't Brother Shahid talking about you white folks. White folks, I'm reading about what y'all said about y'all. I just second the emotion. I agree with y'all. I know y'all like this. I just keep it real. I keep it what they call 100. The brothers on the street said we don't say it 98 and 2. We straight 100. We go straight to the 100 mark, okay? I'm just telling you what I'm reading. The title of this work, called Storm in the Time of Shelter, is based on a hymn my mother knows well from her years as a church organist. Shelter of time of storm. The image of the storm and shelter has special meaning when associated with dramatic rise of the Klan membership in the 20s, thinking about the image of the KKK and its rapid proliferation. I wanted to make art made them feel so powerful. You want to know what made them feel so powerful? I wanted to share what I learned about the Ku Klux Klan organization, but it just goes on, and it's really deep how you tie into. Most people don't know, and I'm going to talk about this when I come back up on the air. We ready? Let me get this little part off. Right now, the NGA is being built. It's the biggest spy agency that they've ever had. I mean, it's right here in the city of St. Louis. Most people don't know that these people are set up right now in the Union Hall with the carpenters. They done took that whole area. They done took it. That's where they at. That's where they staged at right now. The carpenters have always been some of the most racist group that you can run to. The unions, period, here. This is the second time I know for a fact they've been over there where those carpenters are. See, so all that there started making me understand why black people ain't down there on that building. I'm real clear now how black people, because birds of a feather flock together. When I first started doing some of the Ku Klux Klan about 20 years ago on the street with the Shahid Youth Group radio program, I remember I was dealing with a guy named Richard Eubank. And Eubank told me then they only had 5% blacks with them. So my problem is, hell, when we have a problem, y'all say don't go to law enforcement, come to y'all. Well, hell, y'all the problem. Y'all the one that killed Malcolm, Fred Hampton. If I start going through y'all history, tell me when we come back, because I want to do this on the air.
All right, so this next segment is going to be 22 minutes. We go live in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome back. You're on the Freeman Bosley Jr. show this morning, and I'm your host. And Mary Bosley is on special assignment. Senator Carla May can't go all the way unless you got Senator Carla May. She's on special assignment. Sister Secretary Felicia is on special assignment. So Allah blessed me to go get 2 special brothers to help me since I was going to be by myself. And I always say I don't want to be on home alone. So Allah blessed me to go out and get 2 great giants. And I want to thank them publicly this morning for coming in, you know. And what I need you to do, brothers and sisters, to turn it on now, because they're going to help me kind of close out we've been talking about some of the books that Brother Malik Ahmed has, from Project to Pyramid, and how powerful that book is. And he told you how you can get it. Before we close out, he'll give it out one more time. And also Brother Juma Muhammad has talked about some of his books, and both of them talked about their travels around the world and some of the countries they've been to. Malik has been to over 50 countries. I believe Brother Juma's been to about as many countries he has. Matter of fact, Brother Juma was in Israel. And he didn't get a chance to mention that, but so much stuff, you can't cover it all. He was in Israel for how many?
A couple years ago, about a month.
About a month. That was a hell of a, when he told me about Israel, you know. But we don't have time for that right now. But one thing I can tell you, you know, when I come back on this NGA piece, they got a thing that they tell people they got to sign something saying they will never say anything. If you're going to get a job down there doing anything, you can't say anything about the state of Israel. So these people something. These people don't miss a beat. You know, they're going to sit and push each other. They're going to look out for each other. And if the black community don't talk about what's happening, because I'm going to tell you, just going into the NGA, you know, I was talking about a little bit off the air, but some of those jobs, when you're talking about trades, and I know because I've been in the trades all my life. You can ask Malik, and I'll just leave that alone. You know, I know how to paint. I had to paint this whole house. But the trades, it's a lot of money in the trades.
Yes, it is.
Depending on who you're paying for, though. But a lot of money in the trades, a lot of money. And all praise due to Allah. You can get on a job like that. I think they're going to be doing that work there for about another 2 years or so, 3 years. The time and a half and the money they make, they're going to be making every bit. If you start off, don't know anything about painting or carpentry or electricity or lowering ceilings or putting carpet down or marble down, you're going to at least start off with $27 an hour. Just start. The wisdom of it is, once you learn, you can go on a side job and start doing some work for you, Brother Joma, or Brother Bombay Boeski, or whoever's out there. You can start working for them. But after about the second year, you go up to maybe about $32 or $34 an hour. The following year, you go up to maybe about $44 an hour. When you come to your third year, you're making about $50 an hour. That has nothing to do with if you're doing time and a half, or if you're doing what they call double bubble. You're working on a Sunday or something like that. And they have a deadline to get that job finished. So they're going to be working like that. But they talking about maybe about $1.5 billion, but when they talk about all the extra, because white folks lie real good, they start off with one number, but the next thing you know, they hit them with extras. And by the time you get to hitting them with the extra, it might be $1.5 billion, it might be $2 billion, or $2.5 billion or whatnot. But that's how they're going to get them. And then along with, you know, jobs is going to be set up for, I think they said another $300 million a year that they'll be making. My whole problem, brothers and sisters, what I'm concerned about this NGA project, what I'm really concerned about is that, from my understanding, and I always tell, because I've been around a lot of attorneys, I could be corrected if I'm wrong. They are set up now, the FBI, this spy agency, the NGA is a spy agency. They're set up at the Carpenters Hall. And I've heard about this twice. Once, it was either during the Mike Brown situation, I'm trying to remember which one it was, or either the situation with the Jason Stockley case, when they had O'Toole and them here. And I'm not sure if the police was set up during that time at that hall, or was the FBI on the second go-around. But right now, as we speak, this morning, from my understanding, the FBI is set up in that place, and they set up there. And I mean, they have taken over the Carpenters Hall. My problem with that is that most of these jobs there with the trades, a person can really get his life together if he knows how to build a house. It's really like what you're talking about doing, Brother Malik, coming up from Page down to Wells and going on down to Goodfellow or to Skinker, you know, on Page, the work that you're doing, the development that you're doing. We need black people doing that. But if we don't, our problem is you can never get a chance to get a hit if you never get a chance to bat. And you can't be what you can't see. They never let our black people, our fathers and our grandfathers in these trades. So that's why most of us didn't have an opportunity like that. Most of these white contractors, and I know about these union halls, and I especially know about the electricians, old Dick Mantell and them, and the carpenters. I'm not even looking at no notes. I can rattle this stuff off the back of my head, off the top of my head. We had a hard job to try to get black people into those unions, and we still do. What I want to know, and I want to start calling, I want to try to invite somebody on this show if they don't run from it, because I'm not going to go buck dancing with them neither. I want to invite them on the show. I want to know what they're doing and how many blacks do they have on that job, because I'm going to tell you something else I heard. If a black person has a record, they won't hire him. Well, you know damn well a lot of them brothers got records.
That's right.
See, y'all supposed to have something in place. And shouldn't even have to have something in place. Hell, y'all do it with the gays. You said don't ask, don't tell. If they don't tell you they done did something, don't even ask them they didn't do something. Right. Give them a chance to come on in. If y'all want to jump in on something.
So, yes, recently I've been doing some studying, some research on black Reconstruction. And it's interesting. You talked about it off air. There is a correlationship between black labor and the rise of the Ku Klux Klan. It's a correlationship. In the 1860s, when it was clear that black folks were going to get free from enslavement, the labor unions began to shut the doors of black labor, skilled laborers, carpenters, electricians, bricklayers, all kinds of skills, dock workers. All of the unions began to close those doors and said that they would not allow black labor to come in because it would depress their labor salaries. And the tools that they use, the terrorist group that they used to terrorize black people, to kill them, was the Klans. And every time, if we search history from the aftermath of the enslavement period in 1865 all the way to the present community, you will see every time black people begin to push for labor, for jobs, for equal rights, for voting, it was the Klans. It was white terrorist organizations that were sick on them. And most of them and let me just take it to the present. This movement that we're seeing in the Republican Party, this Trumpism, it's just a cover for Klan-like terrorist actions to take place to try to keep disobedient black folks and others in their place.
I want to read this here because it ties into what you're saying, and then I'm going to read something after Brother Juma jump in there on the piece on the Ku Klux Klan that I read off the air. This is what they refer to as the Veil of Prophet. This is a piece that came out, and this is the summer of 2021, the St. Louis Community Justice Coalition Special Report. And it says, when Kimberly Gardner was elected St. Louis Circuit Attorney in 2016, she promised to reform a broken St. Louis Justice Center, treat all citizens equally before the law, rein in cops who repeatedly lied in court. That's like Lakeshaw and them. They specialize in that. Help unite the city and save taxpayers' money. Right after she took office as first African-American female circuit attorney, she became under attack from the Veil of Prophet, a secret all-male organization well known for its racist legacy. She has been vilified, received death threats, and volumes of hate mail to intimidate, going right back what you said, and sabotage the full of the fair exercise of her authorities as a St. Louis City prosecutor. Those leading the attack is mostly non-citizen, non-city resident. Enabled by the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, these conspirators wanted to preserve the unfair justice system and over-incarcerate poor blacks and white while protecting world elite. I'm skip over this Eric Grayton piece because we know what happened with the governor. She brought that out, and what it absolutely said, the governor was represented by Ed Dow Jr., a known leader of the Veil of Prophet organization. Ed Dow Jr. pulled together a high-power legal defense team with unlimited budget. Whatever money they need, they got it. Here the Post-Dispatch comes. This is according to the Post-Dispatch. According to the Post-Dispatch, 8/29/2000, Ed Dow Jr. was the leader of the Order of the Veiled Prophet, an all-male racist organization with more than 100 years of racist promoting racism and segregationist policy. The organization is often referred to as the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah.
See, so now when y'all just think that we just running our mouths, I'm just reading. Remember, don't blame it on talking about Shahid. I always try and get some story. It's just because what it is, you have to say you a coward and you wouldn't read it. He gonna get in some trouble. Hell, we're already in trouble.
That's right.
If they're around there threatening a black woman for standing up, if this damn Paul McKee can tell a sister that's a married, I ain't coming, and don't come to a meeting that they called that they said don't use Homer G. Phillips' name, that's a damn problem. And then when I sit there and reading along with Dow, other attorneys included in this conspiracy, including Scott Rosenblum, y'all always want to bring old Scott up. Scott is a racist. From what? And I'm quoting the Post. I'm quoting the Post. I know, oh man, that's my buddy. You was a damn lie. He ain't your buddy. He's smiling in your face, and all the time he want to make sure he get your money, and that's all it's about with him. He always got some boot licking, butt licking, buck dancing, buck jumping, butt kissing, butt sniffing, half baked, half fried Negroes around there skinning and grinning and cooning with him, saying he all right. But I'm telling you what the Post-Dispatch said about him. That's what I'm calling down. You want to jump in, Brother Jim?
Brother Shahid, you and Malik have really captured and encapsulated the essence of where we find ourselves as black people in St. Louis and particularly in America. You know, when you was talking, I was thinking about, you know, this is economic oppression, white supremacy, and economic genocide being perpetrated against the black community.
And we're not supposed to say nothing.
Right. And there's no way that we can thrive and survive as a people. No. You know, when they take your legs from up under you. And, you know, if you listen to the conservatives and the far right, you know, they always tell you, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Well, how can you do that if you don't have any boots?
Yeah, that's right.
And then for those of us, those select few who are able to rise above, you know, this economic oppression, once you get to a certain point, they burn your business down.
Yeah, that's right.
Or they put the IRS or they put some organization
all
on you
together
to dethrone you and undermine you. And so, you know, you're right back where you started. So you like the mouse that's running on the treadmill. The harder you know, you just die from exhaustion.
Yeah.
And it happens to so many black people who are able to rise above economic oppression.
I want to read this last part.
AKA Black Wall Street.
I read, beautiful. I read this off the air, but I need to read it on the air. This is a piece on the Ku Klux Klan, and I'm just going to read just a small portion. I'm not going to read all. I believe this is a whole paper on these people. There's a whole. So I'm just giving you enough.
And this is the Post-Dispatch.
No, this one was from the Post-Dispatch. This is from. Read that while I'm reading this, Brother Malik. Introduction. The Ku Klux Klan role was an imagination that captured the imagination when I was young. In other words, this one saying, he said, it's totally caught him off guard just to see that with a pointed hat, with the white on, and just the way they, first of all, they was always hiding. So that's where I looked at as some cowards, because whatever you're going to do, don't throw no rock and hide your hands. Growing up in the South Carolina, I witnessed the Klan rallies, so that means you was there watching it. But I didn't think much about it until 25 years later when I started searching the organization. The Ku Klux Klan, I learned, had three distinct ways. The second one, first the role. The second one in 1920 had 5 million active members. Now that was back 100 years ago. That's 100 years ago. They had 5 million. Equal to the population of New York at the time, or 5% of U.S. population at that time. The Klan had a role factor. This was catch me off guard. I keep on reading this part. I got to read this part. In Buckhead, neighborhood of Atlanta, they call it Buckhead. The neighborhood in Atlanta, Georgia, was so busy it became 24-hour factory. In other words, they didn't close. 24 hours, it means you don't stop. You don't say I'm working 8 hours. You don't close. And it says 20,000 robes were always on hand to keep the demand. See, that's enough just to get my attention. And to know now, like you say, these Trump folks, and it ain't just them Trump folks, Biden them ain't no better. It's me talking now. Because I know a whole lot of them say, man, he's doing good. He shouldn't. Ain't none of them, let me be clear on this here. Ain't none of them going against each other for us as black folks. You can get that out your mind.
Not at all. In fact, Biden showed his hand when he did not support vigorously the John Lewis voting rights bill.
Ain't no secret.
And this is what you said. There is no great difference between the Democrats and the Republicans. They switch sides all the time. Yeah. In fact, during that whole Reconstruction period, it was the Democrats that were the racists and the supporters of the Klans and the supporters of terrorism, who wanted to see the perpetuation of slavery, who wanted to deny black people the suffrage. All of that was the Democratic Party. It was when Roosevelt became president in the 30s that got us out of the Depression that black people switched from the Republican Party to the Democratic Party. And we're seeing these roles change all the time. More black folks are always put on the end. As Malcolm used to say, we put them first and they put us last because we are political chumps. And it's when we make a decision to start supporting ourselves, like Kim Gardner. Everybody in the black community should be supporting that sister.
Ain't no secret.
Because what she stands for is right. You know, and she's going up against the folks, as Brother Shahid said, the veiled prophets. This is the modern Klan.
That's why you
This is the modern Klan.
That's why you have to respect a brother like Brother Percy Green.
Yes.
Who took the initiative back then and stuff. That's why he came up under FBI scrutiny.
Yes.
You know, wasn't he did nothing wrong. It's just anybody who stand up and decide he want to unveil the veil of prophet and show what they really was about and show their history and who they was. And had to climb a physical arch, a physical building, because they didn't want to hire black folk. They doing the same thing here. Here's the biggest agency then hooked up with the unions. The unions have always been a racist group. They've always been, in this first segment, because we only got number 3 minutes now, they've always been a racist group. They ain't just started that. And I'm suspect when I hear that they done hooked up with the Carpenters Union Hall. Now I understand when I'm riding by there, how I see all these white folks. You know, they talking about they trying to find something, but hell, you can't find them. You start talking about all the little brothers in trouble. This would be a good time to say, hey, you got more black people in America locked up in jail than the whole entire world. Let's tap into the jails.
That's right.
And give these brothers opportunity to really give them a chance to really rehabilitate them. Well, how do you say that word?
Rehabilitate.
Here's an opportunity to speak and say, I want to help rehabilitate somebody. No, you don't want to do it. You want to talk about if they got a record. Hell, they got a damn record because you made sure they got a record. You made sure that you killed Fred Hampton. You made sure you killed Malcolm X. You made sure you killed Dr. King. Talk about what you done did, and y'all trying to play like these FBI people, all this good. I'm not mad at all FBI agents, but I know for a fact a lot of y'all got that J. Edgar Hoover mind, and I want to know why black people ain't getting what they need to get. So I know a lot of them going to get scared of this program. They're going to be upset with this program. Brother Shahid, Mary Bosley, why did you leave here? Well, it was too late. It's done now, you know. I can tell you that. We got about 1 minute, Brother Jim, so whatever you want to say, go ahead.
Brother Shahid, I'll be real brief. You were really hitting the nail on the head. Yeah. I'll never forget I hired a young brother who had a felony conviction, but he served his time in jail. And he came to work for me. And the auditor came in and asked me, say, you know, why would you hire such a person? And my immediate response was, well, he did his time. At what point does he stop getting penalized?
That's right.
You know, and this brother to this day is a very powerful member of our community, a leader in our community who are doing monumental things. And because of that opportunity, it changed his life and the lives of others.
So when young brothers just got out of jail, hopefully you'll get that number out to the Juma program, Brother Juma, on that ties into the piece around the whole world that we do. But he's now have cleaned his life up, came out of jail, and him coming out of jail, he's now the manager of where he cleans cars in detail. He's the manager of a major car dealership. So we got one more segment to go. We're going to go to our break, and I see my secretary has walked in, so I know she's going to take over the show. It's going to end with us now, I can tell you that for a fact. But we're going to close out this segment here, so I want you to keep it on lock and stop playing. Whoa. That's our little piece that we do.
Yes.
So, brothers and sisters, we still live. We only have one more segment, but our secretary has walked in, and we're not going nowhere with, I make it real plain. In order for us, in Islam for years, the Arabs had a tradition, they would bury the daughters alive. And that was physically. But when we act like the sisters aren't important and we don't need the sisters, you're still doing that. You're burying them alive. You're still taking the life of women. See, and if you keep on doing that, you got to think about you got a mother. What if your mother was buried alive in any aspect, physically, mentally, spiritually, morally, and at all times we never gave sisters a chance to do anything, we would be in trouble. You know, the black man is not going nowhere without the black woman. The black woman is not going nowhere without the black man. But I tell y'all one damn thing, when y'all fool with Sister Kim going, don't think you're doing with some damn punks or some little boys. You can fool with her if you want to, and you're going to kick off something in this city that you ain't ready for. You know, keep your damn hands off her. Treat us like you treat your women. And we ain't got no problem with you respecting your women. But all that's one thing Elijah Muhammad told us about respecting our women. And that's one of the things that Melvin Farrakhan still is able to keep going is the respect for the black woman. Respect for women, period. But we took, for the Million Man March, we took an oath. We took a pledge. And one of them was how we would respect our women. You know, we fall short sometimes, but when we do, you pull each other's coat because we can't let them get that out. And the mere fact they send her death threats on what they doing. This ain't something she did. And the mere fact that you disrespect, disrespect the mayor of the city of St. Louis, I don't even like that. I don't like that she called you, white boy, and you didn't come. I don't like that. And then you got this I'm gonna need you to focus on this boot-licking, butt-lick, this Daryl Piggy. One little piggy went to the market, the other one stayed home, the other one cried, wee, wee, wee. You need to keep your damn mouth shut, Negro. You know, keep your tongue out that man's butthole. Because that's exactly what you done did. You know, Daryl Piggy, look at this bootlicker. Get a close-up on this bootlicker here. Where he at? Where? This bootlicker right here. Yeah, Piggy. Yeah. He co-signed for everything for this man, and they go, that's one thing about these bootlickers, boy, they don't change. Anything for some money. He been a prostitute for a long time. He ain't just become the religious term is whole lot. He's a long-term whole lot. He's deep throat whole lot. Yeah. I'm speaking for Brother Anthony Shahid. I'm not speaking for 1600. I'm not speaking for Hallelujah 16. I'm speaking for Brother Anthony Shahid and the entire youth group with Brother Sultan Muhammad, Haji Sultan Muhammad. That's what I'm speaking for. So the views expressed here on this show ain't from 1600. So now y'all covered. Because I know y'all scared now. Hey, they peeing on themselves. I hope they got some Depends and them little Pampers they can wear so they don't pee on themselves and get their pants wet. But that's one thing about this show. We keep it real.
Yeah.
So, Secretary, I got my secretary on now. I better be quiet. Secretary, you better help me because I'm going to be in some trouble.
You're doing well, Brother Shahid. Okay, they have to put their boots on. You know, put on some hip huggers because you all are coming deep tonight, and that's what we need. You know, we need for our people to stand up, you know, and be accountable and just don't lay down and take things willy-nilly in any kind of way.
My secretary, I have to jump in. She tell her family right now, if something happened, you call Brother Shahid.
Yeah.
Am I just making that up?
Not just my family, my job.
It's Allah's my witness.
I do. Hey.
Because if we don't stick up for our sisters, man, if they gonna stand up, you know, some of y'all got some worm back in your spinal cord. Y'all just won't stand up. They used to have a clothesline with a prop on there and have clothespin and they won't. You can't even prop them up to stand up. And you shouldn't have nobody think they can get off on your women like this and don't nothing be said about it. You let me know when we ready, my brother.
Yeah, I got you. Should be about a minute.
Okay, sounds good. So come on, we still.
You guys had a great show.
He said it was a pretty good show.
I could tell.
Yeah.
Far back here.
Yes,
Well,
absolutely.
they got me in trouble because I wasn't saying I'm Millie Mouth. You know, I don't do no.
Well, you know what happened when you invite two authors to the mic? You don't have to say much.
I didn't. Because I know their history, brothers and sisters. I really didn't have to say anything. I just think about the gentleman say something and say, or gentleman, what about when we went to Notre Dame? Or come back with Brother Malik and say, Brother Malik, what about when we did the piece? How many unity balls have you had? You don't have to really try to think with this show. You can just start off slow. You know, they said, Brother Shahid saying a little different tonight. Well, it is because I didn't have to do anything. You know, this was a blessing that blessed me to be able to get on the phone and be able to say, and I touched base with Brother Juma last week. He was out of town. He said, I'll come on Saturday. I'll come on with you, Brother Shahid. I said, you sure? He said, I'll put it down. Once he put it down, He good. He ain't like me. I sit and tell somebody something and told 10 people the same day. He know how to go into his phone.
Overbook yourself.
Yeah, but that's why I try to let you do things for me, but you be so busy. And then Latifah try to do stuff for me, or somebody try to help me,
Yes, sir.
But it's easy. But Malik, so just after, how many Unity balls do you think you've done?
35.
35.
35.
And on the average, how many people do you normally have at the Unity ball?
About 1,000 to 1,200.
Wow.
Wow.
See, so everything we're talking about is monumental.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nothing we've ever talked about so far on this show, period.
That's right.
And we could have really kept going on. I mean, I did the best I could. I couldn't give you, all the time. I know, but let you. I was touching him a couple times. He did like, okay. I mean, don't stop him right now. I'm just keeping it,
And I can tell you, I've attended only once, a few years ago, of course.
The Unity Ball.
The Unity Ball.
Yes.
And it's just the atmosphere, the energy, the blackness that you felt, that
Yes.
it's just phenomenal.
Yes,
You know,
praises
so-
due to Allah.
I don't know how I keep missing it, so we're going to make sure I get it next year.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I was invited. I actually came in Brother Shahid's place. He says, I'm busy and I need somebody to show up. And so, I
Yes,
was
ma'am.
grateful to be there. It was phenomenal.
Okay, so we're ready to come back
Yes.
to the last segment, brothers and sisters, and thank you so much for being patient with us and working with us. Thank you so much. This is our last segment. I think we only got 10 minutes.
Last segment, quiet on set, 10 minutes, starting 5, 4, 3.
All right. Welcome back to the Freeman Bosley Jr. Show. We are back. Tag a friend and bring them in.
That's what we've been saying. Say it again. How you say that?
Tag a friend and bring them in. Absolutely.
So help me with that. Tag them, like. Come on now.
You're
'cause
going to like it, tag it, share it,
when
follow
you go too
it.
fast. I mean, come
Okay,
on.
we go. So like
it. Here, let me
tag
go.
it,
Okay. So like it.
like it,
Uh-huh.
tag it,
Yes, ma'am.
share it,
Share it.
follow it.
Okay. So let me get like it, tag it, share it, follow it.
Yes,
Like
sir.
it, tag it, share
Share
it.
it,
They can do that right now.
They can
live.
do that right now.
And what they can see us on which?
Go right on over to Facebook and go to the Freeman Bosley Jr. Facebook page. You will see our logo. And, of course, you're going to see Brother Anthony Shahid and Mary Bosley on the picture there. Make sure you like that page. Invite some friends in to like it, share it, and follow it. Also, we need you to head on over to YouTube and subscribe to the Freeman Bosley Facebook page. Guys, we're live every week on Wednesday. We pre-record the show and we go live with it, so you'll get a chance to hear the unedited version and then tune back in on Saturday morning so you can hear the edited version. It's a phenomenal show. You definitely want to get your pencil and your paper out because you're going to learn something. All right.
What about the tie? You want to put? So you
Oh,
said
you
no.
know,
I don't know nothing. You was through with it.
Tahi Youth Group. Come on now.
Okay, so
Boots on the ground, Brother Anthony Shahid
There you go,
with the
that
Tahi Youth Group is on Facebook. Make sure you go over to Facebook and like his page after you like Freeman Bosley Jr. show page. And then make sure you follow Brother Anthony Shahid's personal page. He's always going live. He's
praise be to Allah.
always bringing the news to his platform.
all
So-
praise due to Allah.
Amen.
Brother Jim, if you help me kind of close out something, my brother, if you would give his information out with the apostate, the piece that he's doing, if you just take a minute and give his information out, I would appreciate that. My brother Melvin Shahid, because I know you do work with him too and counsel some of the members with him.
Absolutely. Brother Shahid, before I close, I just want to thank you, and I'm sure
Thank
I speak
Allah.
for the
We-
group
we
as
thank
well. We
Allah.
thank you for the wonderful
We thank-
opportunity
Yes.
Thank
to
Allah.
come here and say a few words, and hopefully by God's grace, we have inspired and motivated some people.
Or
But
scared
Brother Melvin Shahid is the CEO, program director of the Empowerment Network. And it's a very, very powerful organization that helps men who have been diagnosed with prostate cancer. I'm one of the clinicians, and we have other doctors that provide clinical counseling and support, not only to the individuals that were diagnosed with prostate cancer, but to their family members as well. And I'm here to tell you, it has made all the difference in the world. When you get that diagnosis, your whole world, most people world begins to emotionally just crash. And to know that you have that kind of support and a brother who was diagnosed with prostate cancer over 14 years ago, to be there with you through your surgeries, to assist your families, to provide you with all kind of community
Yes.
resources,
Yes.
that is a godsend. And I remember something that brother said. He said, he begged God, he begged Allah,
You did.
if you spare my life,
Yes.
I will become a crusader and an advocate.
Yes.
And he has done that. And so I encourage people to Google the Empowerment Network in St. Louis, Missouri, and get all kind of information.
Say it a
and
little bit slow.
support.
The empowerment. Say it slow for me.
I'm sorry, the Empowerment Network. If you just go to Google, you can read all about the history, the goals, the objectives, the mission statement, so on and so forth, the services they offer, the Empowerment Network in the city of St. Louis. And if you've been recently diagnosed, you need that support and that help, please reach out via Facebook or through Google, and someone will reach out to you and provide you with that necessary
So, of
support.
course, I'm pushing what my brother's doing, but I'm also pushing Basic. I'm also pushing Pastor Gainey at his church at 5925 West Florence. I'm also pushing the Nation of Islam at 5967 West Florence. I'm also pushing the Shahid Masjid at 5010 San Francisco. I'm also pushing the Urban League, two brothers that I love dearly, Brother Mike McMillan with Brothers for Life, Brother James Clark with Brothers for Life. I'm pushing them. I'm pushing Better Family Life, BSL. What's that address over there off of
5415 Page Boulevard. Let me also say something about
I want you to say it again.
5415 Page Boulevard. Let me also say something about Melvie Shahid. This is a God-sent man. 3 years ago, the Empowerment Network had an event at Better Family Life. And Brother Ajuma was there, and there were other clinicians there. There was about 300 black men there. And they got up in the morning on a Saturday and went through all of the stages of how devastating prostate cancer can be, and some of the curatives, some of the healing, the support group. And I actually saw black men crying.
Beautiful.
Because of the love that they saw displayed. I said to Brother Melvie, I said, please, let's have this every year at the Cultural Center, because this is a site that everybody ought to see. Black men supporting and loving each other, and giving information on nutrition, giving information on
mental health,
all of those things.
Okay, so we got just a few minutes now. We'll be going off. What is that, 54 what?
5415 Page Boulevard is the Better Family Life Cultural.
Is that by Arlington?
That's between Arlington and Simple on Page.
So right by Union. So if you go to Union, you're right
few
there.
blocks west of Union Boulevard on Page.
Okay.
About 2 blocks west of Union on Page.
So if you're on Union, you're good. You're going to be there close. And if you go past there and see the YMCA, just make a U-turn.
You've gone about 2 blocks.
So, brothers and sisters, I want to thank you for working with us. I want to thank you again, Brother Malik, publicly for the piece that y'all are doing, because I was able to go on Wells and Hodemar, and I was totally impressed. Brothers and sisters, if you know anybody that's having some drug problems, especially if you know they done went so far and they not listening to Brother Joma or Brother Malik or nobody else, they need to have some of this. What is this called?
Narcan.
Okay, tell them.
This Narcan helps those who have experienced an overdose, and you know that people are dying every day. This will help get them back on their feet, and hopefully we can get them into treatment.
This is after they done overdose. Because if they don't have this, for the most part, they're gonna be in trouble.
They could die.
And that's one of the reasons I stayed on them Arab Soul on me and Brother Joma, because you go to some stores, they got that fentanyl up in them stores. So y'all always want to cover for some of these people, but I can't cover for them. I'm always gonna be in some trouble with somebody, but it's okay. I don't mind being in trouble. Allah bless me and Brother Joma and some of the brothers and sisters just about 6 months ago to start back up on them, because they come into our community and they doing everything under the sun. And the ones that's good brothers, we're not talking about you. Some brothers down on Natural Bridge and New State are some of the best brothers I've ever run into, Brother Sammy and Brother Bilal. We're not talking about you. I'm talking about the ones who's coming in there selling hog, liquor, guns, fentanyl, everything under the sun that you know that you couldn't do in your country. Selling pork to our people. They think it's okay, but you worrying about dollar, and we told y'all about Allah. I want to give one number out, Brother Juma, if you can help me get that number out, if you know about heart, that 1712 number. that you do on Fridays that we do, the spiritual piece. That's 1712. You tell me if I'm right. 775-7035. 1712-775-7035, and the code is 196854. Hopefully, this brother will be able to put it up for us. 196854 will be the number to be able to get an asset number. But we have a program for Juma prayer. There's really a spiritual piece that not just Muslims on it, mostly they're not Muslims on it, mostly are Christians and brothers and sisters on it. But it's every Friday at 12 o'clock noon where we talk to people all around the world. Everybody have brothers from Lebanon on there, we have brothers from Ethiopia on there, we have brothers from Ghana on there, we have brothers from the Dominican Republic on there, we have brothers from Somalia on there. This week, Brother Malik Ahmed will be on there, and one of his star students, Brother Big George, who Reverend Smith put me and him together. I want him to speak. Sister Secretary is always on there. Brother Jumbo, you would like to close with? We got 1 minute. Is there anything I'm forgetting about that call on Friday?
Brother Shahid, I think you summed it up very well. I'm just going to give that number again. That's 712-775-7035. And the code is 196854.
Say it one more time. It's a little slower.
Again, 712-775-7035. And then you punch a code in, and that code is 196854. And Brother Shahid, that prayer, yes, very powerful. People from all over the world, we invite you to come call in at 12 o'clock Central Standard Time.
Would you close us out? We always let the sisters close up, and then they can share it, like it, tag it, follow it.
Absolutely. Share it, like it,
15
tag
seconds.
it, follow it.
Yes, like it, tag it, share it, follow it. Like it, tag it, share it, follow it.
Like it, tag it, share it, follow it. Like it, tag it, share it, follow it. It's the Freeman Bosley Jr. Show on KATZ 1600.
Hallelujah.
Keep it on lock.
Stop playing.
Stop playing.
Excellent show, brothers and sisters. Thank you. He'll be closing us out. We're still on the air, so we can continue to talk and close out. Any other little statements you want to give out, Brother Malik, if you want to get that address out again, 5415.
I want to just say thank you, Brother Shahid.
We said the praises for Allah. Get that information out.
The book can be purchased at Better Family Life, Cultural Education, and Business Center. From the projects to the pyramid in search of a better family life. The address is 5415 Page Boulevard, west of Union Boulevard, 2 blocks west of Union Boulevard.
This book is so hot, brothers and sisters, you got to put it in the freezer for 24 hours and take it off, because if you touch it, can't touch that. That's how hot it is. Put it in the freezer. What I suggest, put it in the freezer for 24 hours, for 48 hours. Give it a chance to cool down just a little bit. Then you can pull out and start reading. Brother Jumbo, would you get the name of that book out, those books out that you got too?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That book is called 101 Proven and Effective Strategies for Empowering Black Boys. The other book is Understanding the Crisis of the Black Male. Subtitle, A Handbook on Raising Black Boys to be Responsible Black Men. Again, I encourage you to support Better Family Life, one of the best kept secrets in St. Louis. Brother Malik, give out that website if anybody want to donate or donate their time or donate some money.
Better Family Life, www.betterfamilylife.org.
Keep y'all hands off of Kim Gardner. The only thing we did to send error and blame it on my heart, I didn't do it purposely. We didn't put out black businesses. We never not push black business. So brothers and sisters, apologize. I apologize. We don't charge a dime for pushing black business. That's something else that we do.
Shout it out, bro. Aries. We off the air, but we still online.
Okay, well, come on.
We got what Aries.
What I got you for? You supposed to be my secretary to tell me what to do. Ooh, ain't nothing to change. I can tell you that. What's going on right now. Look at my secretary. She just smiles when she with me.
All right, guys, you have to hear
She got my nose
Aries.
wide open.
Aries Ice Cream Parlor and Cafe, located at 557